of like crude as far as handling like casting agency wise, because not everybody has your best interest. So
That's right.
so just figuring out the game and the players in it, pretty much.
No question about that.
Well, let's start it off. Welcome to the show, Connie. How you doing?
You know what? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm alive. I'm breathing, and I'm ready to see what we got in store for this whole, for the whole little session right now, because I'm excited.
I'm glad that I met up with you, but without further ado, let's just start with your roots. Let everybody know where it is that you're from, and actually, what inspired you to want to start a career in acting and modeling.
Okay, so I am from California, born and raised, SoCal. I actually just moved here 2 years ago. So I basically had to bury like damn near half my family, and it was hard. And it was more of just kind of, that was the 2 steps back that I thought I was, that I got knocked back. So pretty much once I started doing my modeling, and like I basically, what inspired me to do it is I used to be 300 pounds. I used to be 300 pounds, and sometimes a relationship will allow, like getting your heart broke will allow you to give you that strength and motivation to want to better yourself, to look good for yourself. So I lost all my weight. Then I was like, you know what? I look good as hell. Let me quit playing and start modeling something one time. Let me go and show a tooth or something. So yeah, I started modeling, took off with that. Then once that kind of went in the aspect that I wanted to, I started getting my face known more. Then that's when I was like, okay, well, let me try doing some acting. And what started that is because my little cousin, who was staying in Atlanta at the time, sent me this P-Valley. This was before I knew what it was. So she sent me the P-Valley thing. It was like, hey, I think you should try out for this. And I ended up submitting it, and I ended up getting accepted. They wanted me to send more videos and stuff. And then I guess it came to the part where they asked if I was comfortable being naked. I was like, no. No, because I have 4 brothers. And the last thing I need them being so quick to, and I have 2 boys. The last thing I need them to do is just go on YouTube and type in my name and see mommy busting it open. No. It's not enough money in the world that'll make me be able to have, like, you can't take that visual from my boys, and I don't need them. I can't do it. So I got a whiff of it. Like, okay, I see what I'm gonna be up against when it comes down to it. But moral of it though, that kind of started me. I just like the feeling. I like the feeling of being able to be different people, because I'm very animated. So
you look amazing, by the way, too. Like when I see you look amazing. Because I used to be 200 pounds, and saying though too, like kind of like your story is kind of like, wow, it's kind of like, and then like losing family, like I lost my brother in 2023, so it's man.
So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I definitely.
I'm curious that when you was like, when you say you was 300 pounds, because you might have been 298. You know what I mean?
No. Listen. I got a good mixture of things in me that makes me look proportionate, because Samoans and Hawaiians, and they big. Right. So I got I got big jeans. So trying to lose all that and trying to shape, no, I was 346.
What did you do? So what was the lifestyle change for that? Like, what did you actually do?
Well, hold on, Sonny. My question was, when you said you was like three plus, you know what I'm saying? 3 and change plus. Was you doing any acting? Was you know what I mean? Or was you just sitting around eating?
I just had a baby. I just had my baby.
Okay. So this was all brand new. Like once you kind of lost the weight and started doing your thing, then this all became brand new when you start seeing it yourself, looking in the mirror, realizing, oh, I'm really like this here, and I can start doing some of these things.
It took heartbreak to get me to that point. And I went through, this was after my first son, and then I went through the PTSD and everything like that. So it was just more of understanding, like, you know what? I don't like being this low. So I need to pull myself out of this. I was living in Vegas at the time. And, yet again, like I said, when you get your heart broke, it kind of changes your whole view on how you lost yourself. It makes you do a lot of self-reflecting, which I did. And it was more of, I can't be upset because the next person is not fulfilling that happiness that I should have already have fulfilled within myself. So I was looking for that within my partner, and he couldn't provide that. You can't provide something for me that I can't even provide for me. So I needed to do a lot of self-reflecting. I found myself, I started working out. I did it backwards. I started doing like 2 miles a day. And I started seeing like, and then I just kept it to just water and tea. I started fasting, but I kept eating, you know, the way I want to eat. But it's like I saw the change, how I went from, I got so small. And me being mixed, it's like, you don't see too many skinny Hawaiians or Samoans like that. Like that'll be, it's like we are meant to look the way that we are meant to look, or else you're gonna look sick. And I was low-key looking sick because I wasn't doing no strengthening or nothing like that. Okay. So, but yeah, I was a little chubbies, a little chubsters. But nah, it definitely, I just needed to have that motivation because yet again, like I said, once you lose yourself in a relationship, and you just feel like everything you invested goes out the window and you have nothing left. And I didn't have no strength, and I didn't want to be back to that mentality ever again in my life. So I made a commitment to myself, no matter who I get with, no matter who comes along, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna always stay true to myself. Yeah. And so I started liking how I was looking. Now that's when I was just like, okay, let me go ahead and take this to the big screen.
That's why self-love is the best love.
Exactly. Let me go ahead and take this to the big screen. So, but yeah, it was definitely a lot of hard work and dedication that it took for me. So
okay.
Yeah, no, that's the true story. You know what I mean? That's a true story. And we're glad that you got to that point, you know what I mean? Because looking real good up there on the big screen and all that. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it. I work hard. I can't
props for your hard work.
Yes, you have. I was looking at your portfolio. You have such an impressive portfolio, well put together. It's beautiful. I want to start off really just tell us about your role in the Bloodline series, like your lead role in the Bloodline series, and what drew you to that character. Like, how did you even get that part?
Okay, so apparently my role in Bloodline, I played Tasha North. She is basically, I'm not going to go too far in depth, but it's just more so I play like the Queen Pin, and her brother gets killed and they're trying to find answers. And apparently what I'm doing, as far as the way that I was able to relate to that role, is basically by taking the reality from me just recently losing a relative who was very, very close to me. And I've never really experienced death to that extremity. So me being able to tap in to that character allowed me to be able to bring Tasha's character to life in Bloodline, which is going to be dropping soon this year, sometime, hopefully before the summer. So we waiting. We still got a few left.
Did you have any acting experience in school or growing up, or you just kind of just went head on? Or you
did you? You know what's so funny? I have not had any experience, none whatsoever, but I am a movie fanatic. Me and my brothers, we do this thing with each other to where we'll say a line and we'll basically play it out. We'll be like, what movie is it from? And things like that. Or we'll just quote certain things, but I've never done any acting school or anything, but I am now looking into doing certain workshops and things just to kind of, enhance certain areas. So, but yeah, I've never done it before.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So was it? So obviously, it sounded like it became easy for you. You know what I'm saying? And you said, before this, you had never did anything like that. You know what I mean? So through the transition. So first of all, let me just say this: just by you speaking and me watching you, your movements, the different things that you do. You know what I mean? And you was Queen Pen and all that. I don't know if you have past experience doing that, but I can already see you being able to play that part. You know what I mean? So let me just say that. You know what I mean? But
well, thank you.
How was the transition into doing the different things that you were now learning newly to do these things? You know what I mean? Are you comfortable with it? Was it kind of like hard work? Was your prep work You know what I mean? Were you always evaluating yourself on your prep work? I mean, you tell me the story.
As far as, well, that was a lot of questions. Let me try to see which one I want to tackle first.
Okay.
Okay. As far as the transitioning, it was not hard for me to transition because I'm also learning more as far as like I'm going for my bachelor's in psychology. So the more I'm able to dissect how humans maneuver, it is the study of the mind. So seeing how in order for me to be able to apply myself fully to anything, I have to apply myself to just that one thing. I can't multitask. So I needed to give my 100 in order for me to get my 100 back. So as far as me tapping into, for instance, me wanting to do that model role, as well as I also I study some like famous models as far as Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Eva, and just a lot of few others. And I study their confidence, I study their walks, I study a lot when it comes to something that I'm trying to master my craft. I don't study it to copy it, I study it to learn the confidence that they carry on that stage, as far as it's all a performance. So once they get off that stage, once they get off that runway, once they get off that set, it's more so they're back to who they originally are. But once they're on that stage, it's just me tapping in to understand, like, okay, it's showtime. Like, that's basically how I look at it with whatever I cast, like whatever I, try to go towards. So it's a mental thing for me. It's a mental thing for me. Even if I was to play a duck, it may sound crazy. Listen, I'm gonna have to study some ducks. I'm gonna get my quacks right. I'm gonna have to listen. I mean,
is it hard? Like, is it hard remembering your lines and stuff? Like when you get long lines and different things like that, is it hard doing it, or you just like you could just walk on the set and just be like, okay, you already.
Honestly, it's so funny you say that, because I feel like with me, it wasn't even about memorizing the lines. It was about me at first when I was getting my feet wet. It was about me kind of like getting rid of that nervous tight feeling in my stomach. Like, it's like, I don't know if it was like an empty butterflies type of, but I was told if you're not nervous, then, you're not passionate about it. So it's just being able to take my time. But I kid you not, it's not hard for me because I will read over it. I kind of set little short-term goals for myself when it comes to my scripts. Like I would read it every day for like 15 minutes to get it memorized. Because once I have it memorized, then I'm able to, craft it in a way to where I'm able to deliver when it comes to me being on set. So it's not even the message. It's more so the delivery of the message. And how, me being able to express myself when it comes to me talking or doing anything. But it's all about the way I basically go over 15 minutes a day. And then once I act it out, I look at myself, I record myself, and they're like, nah, that wasn't believable. It wasn't believable. Hold on, let me try it again. Hold on. But like, maybe, or, certain stuff, like I do all from each angle so I can learn myself. And I also try to stay within a certain, area, because I don't want to be taken away from the message I'm trying to deliver. And as far as me doing too much movement with my hands or something like that, because of me being nervous or something of that aspect. So it just has a lot of me memorizing it. And then once I'm able to memorize it, I just take it and make it my own.
Because you've done I think you've done kind of like multiple films, Riley, Absolute Dominion, correct? And Back on the Strip. Like what was your most memorable experience on the set with those different movies? Like what pressure like with behind the scenes?
It's gonna definitely have to be Back on the Strip, because I would say it was a part where it was Bill Bellamy, Gary Owens, and it was the strip part where we were at the cookie club, and we had to refilm that so many times. And for me to be one of the young ladies that was on the stage that Bill Bellamy pulled up and started dancing with, it was just, it was the different experiences. And knowing I used to love this man back from How to Be a Player. Oh my gosh. But it was just funny because to see these people in action, like they're really actually funny. Like they're really funny. So and it's like it was nothing but laughs, and it just made me really feel like, you know what, I'm where I need to be. I'm where I need to be, because that whole experience, meeting all them different celebrities in that one room, and to be feeling like you're just normal. They're not even looking like, oh, I'm up to here. You know, it was all mutual, and they just let it be known like, okay, they are real people. Like they are.
Have they given you like any advice and different things on set when you've been on set, any of them, or?
I wouldn't say
set with them.
You know what's funny, because some of them started following me because I did introduce myself, but this was actually my first movie. So I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely nervous. And I also and also we weren't even able to actually associate with the stars, with the celebrities and stuff like that, because and also we had to keep it to where we couldn't be starstruck or none of that. So we had to keep it very minimal.
Right. So that was a question. So I was going to let you keep talking and all that. But that was a question in my head. Like, I was like, Bill Bellamy used to be somebody that you kind of admired. Let's just say that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. And then now, you know what I'm saying? You 2 feet away from this cat. You know what I mean? And you really interacting with him, like, the awe of it all. You know what I mean? You had to kind of get rid of that immediately to kind of do the part that you did. It was that difficult?
No, it wasn't. Okay. It wasn't at all, because I think I was so taken and blown back in the moment, because I was experiencing, it was so many different emotions. And I'm very self-preserved. So when I'm not one of those like, oh my God. But I will definitely be looking like, God damn, that man is fine. I just want to touch his hand, like just touch his hand. Like I'm probably, but I don't get starstruck. If anything, I low key it'll make me a little shy, because I don't know, I'm a little weird like that at times. I will get shy because I won't know what to say necessarily.
Well, I don't know you. I haven't seen you. You know what I mean? But from my perception of you right now, for a little bit of time that we've been talking, and I've been around a little while. I've been around a whole lot of different things in life, And so, to me, it seemed like you a take charge type of woman. You know what I mean? Like when you come in.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Right. You know what I mean? You come in and you see what it is. You assess the situation, and then you handle yourself accordingly. Am I correct?
Very correct.
Okay. You know what I mean? Is that hard to do?
Correct.
Do you care about hurting feelings or?
I feel like my whole main motto that I live by, it's when it comes to even hurting feelings, it is not what you say, it is how you say it. Mm-hmm. So if I may hurt a person's feelings, it wasn't like as if it came off intentional. It's just more of being able to understand the mental maturity of, okay, well, this person feels this way. So they're not attacking me. They're telling me this so that I can work on it, because apparently it's making them feel a way, So when it comes to, I know how to word certain emotions and acknowledge my feelings and their feelings. And I'm able to take it into consideration on how I want to move forward with, if I do have to hurt somebody's feelings. It's at the end of the end of that hurt feeling, they're going to be able to be like, you know what? I respect it. Right. I respect it because such and such and such and such. But yeah, I don't personally, I'm not out here just breaking hearts and hurting feelings intentionally.
And sometimes it's all part of the craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
And like you said, the mental part of it is the person got to be able to understand that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't understand that I'm here to do a job and not to play games, you know what I mean? Then that ain't on me. That's on you. You know what I mean? But I'm a fallback, Sonny. You go ahead and do your thing, because you
like doing auditions and different things like that. Like when you're auditioning for a movie or you're on set, different things like that. Whether it's modeling, whether it's movie, whether it's runway. Is it true? Because I hear it a lot. Like if you show up to the set late, you ask. That's it. Like, is it important to show up on time when you're on these sets and these movie sets? Or, I mean, do they allow you to show up late? Or if it's something like what?
Honestly, how can I say this? Well, as even from when I had the conversation with you, because I told you I don't do late.
Right.
So my thing is, and I guess it's just kind of a way that I kind of prep myself just for when I do branch off and go elsewhere. It's about me being there 15 minutes early to where I don't ever have to even deal with that conversation. But from most times that I have been on set, and I do see ladies trickle in after that time, I do notice that they are not the first to get picked to do anything, whatever the case may be, because they're looked at as, you do not want this as bad as these other young ladies who were here by the time we opened up the doors. So, so it's just the credit, like the way you apply yourself is going to be the way that is projected onto those on how serious you do take whatever it is you are applying for, whether it's modeling or, I mean, you never know, even your outfit may be given up to the next person, because like with designers, the way they work, if that model is not there, it's like this runway, the shows from runway, like it's hectic the day of. And if you are not where you are supposed to be, then yeah, you get stepped over.
What's your favorite part about being on the runway? I know you're a model and different things like that. Do you like modeling more than acting more than modeling? Do you like both, or like which one is the most hardest for you?
The most hard for me, I would say, I wouldn't want to say it's the walk, my runway, my catwalk, because when I first started, it was difficult because I am pigeon-toed and I am bow-legged. So it's the fact trying to, your leg, your feet like this, and trying to, to make it flow. It was very difficult. But the more I practiced, the more I studied, the more I have over 1,000 videos in my phone from me recording myself day in and day out on crafting my walk, because it was so uncomfortable and it was so difficult for me. But the fact that I know by me walking out instantly based off my body shape, I already got people looking at me. Then I'm not the actual height to be a model, because most agencies, shows, they like for them to look a certain way, 5'9" and up. I'm 5'5.5", so I already don't make the mark, and then I'm thick, so curvaceous. I'm not even able to be considered as a plus size model, because my body, I don't meet those requirements. So I'm stuck in the middle. So it's kind of like, once I'm out there, they looking to see what I come out with. But it's been like a couple of shows I didn't feel as confident because it was hard trying to master walking. So once I was able to, then I was like, okay, now I could play with it. Now I got it memorized. Now I got it locked in. Now I know exactly what to do. But yes, definitely modeling for me was hard. It was very hard at first. But I feel like with me getting into the acting field, I wouldn't say that it's difficult. I would just say that it's just the butterflies that get in my stomach at times, especially when it's a new set and it's like, they're expecting you to deliver. But now the more that I film with Bloodline, they make me feel like family. So from the first time, it was just welcoming from everybody, and seeing the diversity, it was so much. So it made it that much more easier. So I feel like when it comes down between the two, I would say probably modeling, probably doing my catwalk more. But when I do my print, like for magazines, oh no, that's not an issue.
So speaking of them magazines, because you've been in several magazines,
yes,
and then what was it, the Portfolio magazine? Tell me a little bit about those opportunities and how that came about with you being in a magazine.
Though that actually came from one of my close friends who was actually a stylist. She lives in Atlanta. If it wasn't for her, because we used to all work together and when we used to live in Vegas. So if it wasn't for her, when COVID broke out, I was like telling her, like, once I lose weight, I want to start modeling. Like, I'm starting to get my body right. And she was like, she was on it. She was on it. Like, that's one thing I love about her. It's like, if she's in a position to put you in a better position for yourself, that's what she's gonna do. So she hit me like, hey, I know I got this outfit I'm styling and putting together. Are you down to do a shoot? I said, hell yeah, what you mean? Like, what? I was like, and I like the way she got me prepped for it. She'll send out like a mood board, and then it'll have like all the different, like the designs, the way it's looking, the way my makeup needs to be, just being prepared. And then after that, like the first shoot I did, even the photographer was like, there's no way she's new to doing this. Like, I just studied, like, just seeing how, you can't pose for like a swimsuit shoot wearing a cocktail dress. No, you have to really study, like and it's crazy how it could look so simple and so easy, but in order for you to really try to be the best at whatever it is you are like moving towards, you have to really study and do your homework.
And that
like,
goes
really.
that goes without further ado, because of course Stan is the CEO of Media Made magazine, so he has a magazine company. So he stresses himself out a lot because his magazine has to be perfect. It has to be with people that is aligned with his actual magazine.
Yeah.
Because it's not just so Connie, you understand this too. So anybody can take a picture, you know what I mean? Anybody can do a quote, you know what I mean? But for me, it's the story that's being told from that person and the positions because I've been in many places where I've been around different people and they was doing photo shoots, but the models wasn't giving their all because of a couple of things. One, they wasn't being given real good direction, you know what I mean? And they're not being able to know the story, to be able to tell the story from the shots that they're taking. You know what I mean? So as you was talking, and in my head, I was thinking, about the magazine and all that. While you doing magazine shoots, do you feel like you easy to work with, or
Definitely.
you difficult to work with? I mean, tell the truth now. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm telling the truth.
Oh, and also, have you done any like swimming suit? Like, are you confident in that area to do those type of things? And,
what's so funny? It's funny on a simple strength, because when I had let me see, I realized I was coachable when it came to my first shoot. And it's like, I feel like when a lot of models, if they aren't able to feel comfortable, like you said, they are to tell a story, and you feel like maybe it's like they're being instructed, they're given wrong incorrect instruction, excuse me. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's on the model, because if you are being instructed to show your profile from this way, put your eyes this way, tilt your head a little bit, open your mouth a little bit, stuff like that. You have to be able to make it look fluent. If you look like you're struggling, the struggle will show. It's many micro expressions that will definitely seep through. If you look uncomfortable, then you're gonna be able to tell. Whether you look tense, like, it's anything could make you, but it's the way that the story is being told through the model and the comfortability that model feels within herself and her craft. That's why right now I have a show that is coming up March 29th, and it's a City Roots fashion show. And when I went to go see the designer, one thing I was always told is to never tell a designer you don't want to wear something of theirs, because we're just the mannequin. They dress us. We're showing off we're telling their story from whatever they're putting together. And me seeing my homegirl, who's a stylist, to piggyback on that, she would have me wearing some stuff. And I'll be like, it's not my style, but she pushed me into it like, okay, everybody know you're beautiful. Everybody know you have a body. Everybody knows this, this, and this. But now it's time to show off that, diversity of you being other, whether it's a golf, whether it's floral, whether it's whatever. You have to be able to show you have different looks to you, because you're going to attract different, crowds. So, and I will be like, all right. And then have
you done a bikini shoot before, or do you
Okay, so I have not done a bikini. Wait, let me think this through. Wait, because I had to really think. Like, I know I had went out to do I did. Okay, see, there we go. It was two, actually. See, it's coming back. It's because it's been a lot. So yes, I've done two swimsuit runway shows and a photo shoot. Yes.
Okay.
So I got a question. I mean, you're already doing acting. Have you ever thought about doing some theatrical work?
Stage plays.
You said like who?
Theatrical work, like stage plays, different things like that. Have you done that before?
I wouldn't. Okay, so I thought about it. I just feel like my only issue with that is because of how loud I would have to be, and I can only get so loud. And you know, in order for them to hear you way in the back, you gotta talk louder. And if I talk louder, I'm gonna strain my voice. Like I feel like it's a lot that you have to apply to put into that. But I just felt like doing, whether it's skits or just filming for commercials or series, I feel like that was more easier for me. But I do feel like a lot of improv work, you know, can actually come from doing theatrical work. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. But it's just right now I'm more focused on doing like movies and series and things like that.
Okay. And you've also done some public speaking too, right? Like you do public speaking,
Yes, I've done a couple of podcasts. Well, let me not say a couple, but I've done a lot of podcasts. And I also have a residency in Atlanta with Ugly Money Nishi, buzzer, what is it, Trigger Alert. So whenever I go to Atlanta, definitely expect to see me on there. Shout out to Ugly Money Nishi too, because he is a dope individual, very dope individual. Got to give him his flowers because he's doing the damn thing.
And so, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. You did all of this. All of this shit has gone down in like 2 years.
Right.
When I tell you, you can either allow pain and heartbreak to either break you or make you. So I just allowed it to make me.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm only shipping because it's been 2 years and you've done a lot of stuff already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing that you don't notice, you know, so obviously you have a memorable face, right? And the reason why I say that is because, you know, I've been around a couple things and I was kind of showing cats, you know, this is who we interviewing this week, blah, 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 blah. And a couple people would be like, hey, man, I've seen her before, or I remembered her before, you know what I mean? And I'm like looking at them, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying? But they may have, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? Because I don't know everything and I can't see everything, you know, from what I do. I have to be focused on certain things, you know what I'm saying? So I can't always, but I just wanted to say that obviously you hitting your marks because for somebody who's just been doing what they've been doing for the little bit of time that you've been doing it, you're being quite accomplished in the time that you've been doing what you do. Believe that. You know what I mean? So I just want to give you your props, Jack, because I'm listening to you and I'm like, oh, this shit in 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so as much as you love being in front of the cameras, acting.
Hey man, listen, that sound like
no, but as much as you love,
like,
look, let me say this: as much as you love being in front of the cameras and acting, do you also love being in front of the mic too? Because I know you got some hosting experience too. So what kind of hosting have you done?
You know, it's funny because I do have it. I feel beyond comfortable as long as we have everything set up right and if the camera, you know, and I'm able to talk my shit when I need to. Listen.
Well, there you go, man. You got a host.
Exactly. But see, that's the thing. I'm very comfortable and confident when it comes down to me doing that type of stuff because at the end of the day, I feel like. And I can actually toot my own horn for I can toot my own horn for this. I don't feel like there are a lot of women like myself. And the fact that if I could be one of them women to show it can be done, it's not about pretty privilege. It's about you getting your foot in that door and busting through that thing. Listen, it's just more so, yeah, I'm able to do anything. I'd be like, you know, let me try this and then try that. Yeah. Like it's just like that. So with the podcast hosting,
he just so intrigued.
Hey, listen. I ain't mad at nothing to nobody, Jack. Sometimes things just kind of fall in your lap. You know what I mean?
It does. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And
it's
then
who
once
you know.
Once you get your foot, like I said, once you get your foot in that door and you know what it is you want, it's time to go. It's time, all gas, no brakes.
So we'll talk off camera.
Most definitely.
We absolutely talk off camera. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm feeling real good about your trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, in the little bit of time that you've been doing the things you've been doing, you just like kind of look like you just taking off like a rocket. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Like that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So one of my questions is now is like, what's next? You done acting, you know what I mean? You've been extras, you done this. Sound like you can do a whole lot of more things in your life.
So I feel like what's next for me is starting more from education standpoint. Like I said, I am going for my bachelor's in for psychology. Once I'm done with that, I do plan, like I said, I do have 4 brothers. So knowing me living the life, being the only girl, seeing how my brothers went through what they went through, whether it's being bashed from baby mothers, girlfriends, the county, whatever. It's like knowing that not too many men of color who get discharged from jail, prison, the military, they are not mentally healthy enough. Healthy enough to be able to get back and catch back up to that real world. So I plan to actually open up a practice to where it's going to be resources for these men, whether it's one-on-one group conversations, whatever, helping start up LLCs, all of that, because I've been through all of that. And I want to be able to give back to those men who feel that it's more easier. They feel left behind. They feel it's more easier to just stay closed off and isolated, because by the time, for those who've been gone for like 10 plus years, they come back. It's so much different technology. It's so much advance. It's so much growth and progress within everything. They just feel like they don't know where to start. And I feel when it comes down to it, it's like I want to be able to help provide them these resources, because women have the county, they have welfare. These men, just men in general, do not have as many resources. So I want to be able to open up a practice to be able to specialize in partnering up, whether it's food banks, other healthcare providers, make sure these men are getting their checkups regularly, and just making sure that they're able to focus on their mental health. Because in order to be a man and be able to lead, you have to know where you're leading. You can't be leading from not even having a pot to piss in on your own. So I just want to be able to have something for them to be able to start a new beginning and see that there is hope.
And I love that. And I love that about you. And I love that you're a woman wanting to advocate for the kings. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely
they don't have that out there. It's so much always being about us, about the queens and stuff. Nobody's out here advocating for our kings, advocating for our young men. So that's beautiful. I love that. And you got my support on it. So
I appreciate it. Definitely.
She absolutely can fit in. Like I said, we're going to talk off camera, because you definitely you have a vision already that's already in place over here. So over here in Media Made, we also have a nonprofit called Media Save Lives. And it's also about all of the different things that you just spoke about, you know what I mean, about enlightening not just brothers, but our people in general, about the different resources that are out here to help them succeed. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I can speak on that is because I too am a cat that come from a certain beginnings and was able to kind of push all that to a side and kind of stay focused and get to a place where I had in my mind, you know what I mean, that I know that a lot of folks didn't think I could get there. You know what I mean? So, but it's all gravy though. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's easier once because I was watching a movie and it touched me, and it's so crazy. It's the Tyler Perry, the 66678 or 888. I was watching that movie, and it's crazy just to go to show how people fail to realize these men who are out there fighting, getting themselves hurt, killed, injured, all of that, they're in a whole different world than what we are living in. And to know that they were out there that long and they were not able to have no type of motivation to make them want to keep striving, to feel like I have a purpose, it depressed a lot of them. And to know they have to now, when they get discharged or whatever, they now try to go back to reality, which is why a lot of them have PTSD, because what they see, not too many people check on them. Nobody really checks on them. They're just thrown all these different opioids or whatever to help. So like with stress or depression or anxiety, whatever, they're not really assisted in the right way to be able to get back on track, to feel like there's more to life. Because a lot of these men suffer from nightmares, like, and it's heartbreaking, because I feel like growing up as a Black man, or, you know, just in general, but I can only speak from watching my brothers grow up as a Black man, and seeing how you are shown and taught. You cannot show weakness. You cannot cry. You cannot show emotion, or you look weak. You look like this. You look like that. It's feminine. It's that. No. Which is why I raise my boys the way that I raise them, because I let them know it is okay to feel.
Yourself. Yeah.
That's where that emotional intelligence comes in, because you have to be able to recognize your feelings and understand them, and be able to understand the next person's feelings without taking it personal. And a lot of people do that, which is the reason why at the same time, I want to show these men who I do work with, it is okay to be soft with a woman. It is okay, because a man is not going to discipline his daughter the same way he disciplines his son. He's going to be aggressive with his son. He's going to show him this, but it's okay to do that. But you have to make sure that you are also the message of, you know, be the protector, be the provider, you know, but it's also okay to be soft and show emotion.
Absolutely.
So knowing that a lot of these men they're so guarded, and it's hard to break that through, because this is came from the roots, like from, you know, what they're exposed to in their environment growing up.
Sound like another show, Sonny. Like we just got on another show.
Well, so
you don't know, I line it up, baby. We'll have it all lined up. We were like, now featuring Connie Mariee.
Listen, I'm always gonna talk. I'm always gonna talk my stuff when it comes down to it, because I just feel like I've been off the grid when it comes to social media, thanks to my brothers. Like, I'm to mention, I am the baby of them, so I wasn't so quick to be, you know, on social media from MySpace days, AIM, all of that, because my brothers, they kept me away from that lifestyle. They wanted me to stay focused on books, which I did, which was a good thing, but it was also a bad thing, because I feel like I missed out on a lot as far as being updated wise on what's going on. Like, I didn't have many friends growing up, because a lot of them were like my brothers. So it was kind of like, you know, I kind of just was always by myself. But I ventured off. I traveled. I started seeing and realizing, like, damn, it's really a lot more to life when it comes down to being caught up to date on what's going on in social media world, which I started to tap in. And then I started to see, like, okay, these females is weird. These females are...
Oh, say it.
These females are naive. They are delusional. So it's like, and I guess the way that I will speak about how I am as a woman, people look at me and they were like, there's no way in hell you've never had this done for you, that done for you. No, because yet again, I'm the type of woman, I could be the breadwinner in the relationship, but I used to mess with men who didn't have as much, not because I felt sorry for them, because sometimes I would have a better bond with them. And if they're struggling, I don't see money. I see the bond, I see the connection, I see the relationship, and I see how open and willing I was to give. But even though it didn't work out in the end, I learned something more about myself. I do have it in me.
And that's the thing too. Sometimes when you're in these relationships and different things like that, it's all about learning lessons as well too, and learning lessons from each other, you know.
Facts. Definite facts.
Oh man, I love this, and I appreciate you coming out. I want to ask you, like, what advice would you give to any upcoming aspiring actor or model that's trying to come up into the industry, that's kind of like struggling or scared to?
I feel like when it comes down to it, it's just do it. Just do it. Don't hold back. I feel like set little short-term goals for yourself weekly, so that way eventually you'll be able to reach them long-term goals. Because every day we go to work from a 9 to 5 and we're helping somebody else, you know, perfect their craft. And then we come home tired and we don't have enough time to work on ourselves. No,
right.
no.
It's
That's
about
no,
you.
because I work out faithfully every single day. I worked out before I jumped on the, before I was able to jump on the interview, because I know me. And if I don't set these goals for myself to be able to master whatever it is I need to master, then it's not going to get done. So honestly, it's just do it.
Self-love.
If you're scared, don't even think about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up. Absolutely. So I got a question for you. All right. If you had an opportunity to perform with an actor or actress, past or present, dead or alive, who would that actress or actress be? Or actor be? And why?
It's going to be Taraji. It's going to be Angela Bassett.
Okay.
It's going to be Keke Palmer.
Okay.
And I would also say Tiana Taylor.
Mm,
and I say that.
I love Tiana Taylor. Love her.
And these are women, and Viola Davis. These are women who mastered this craft. And to see how it's in the eyes for Angela Bassett, it's in the animation when it comes down to Keke Palmer, it's in the versatility when it comes to Tiana Taylor. And when it comes to Taraji, I have more of a one-on-one personal, relation and connection towards her, because she did it all with a child. And that's how it was for me. So I feel like if I was able to, that's a room full of excellence to me. And I would like every single one of them women are doing something that is inspiring, not only on camera, but outside of it. And I love that. It just goes to show, you don't have to be just in one place. You can spread yourself out once you master one craft.
Especially a young Keke Palmer. Look at her.
And that's what I was just about to say. I was just watching her podcast with her and Usher. And it's so crazy. Well, I used to watch this girl on Nickelodeon. And I'm like, and it's so crazy because I just reached out to her and I'm like, you know what? This is just inspiring to watch you grow on camera from this little girl, even from playing in Medea's, the family reunion, seeing her and just getting better and better.
She's definitely a businesswoman before anything. She's definitely that.
Yes, but if I had the opportunity to work with if it came down to it, to those women, oh yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A win is a win.
All my listeners out there, man, y'all got the opportunity to hear it first, right here on Media Made Magazine, man, with our guest, Connie Mariee. Don't forget, it's 2 A's, baby.
Before we wrap it up, is there anybody, like any shout out you want to give out? Any show love to anybody?
I want to definitely give a shout out to you, Sunny.
Thank you.
Because from the moment I first met you, you were an amazing, like, welcoming spirit. And yet again, for me to mention that I just lost, I had to bury half my family, it feels, to be around genuine connections and to see people want to actually see you do good.
Right.
You definitely gave me that, and I appreciate it. The opportunity I missed to do an interview at the film festival, you had a resolute, how about you come on the show? I appreciate you for that. So I got to give you your flowers when it comes down to that, Mama. I appreciate you. Definitely. I mean, and also I want to give a shout out to Chris Bose. Is it Bosey?
My family, my cousin.
Yes, who's also been guide taking me under his wing slowly with Shirley. Also is going to be Christopher C. Dot. He is also the person that seen something in me to want to play that role in Bloodline. So I want to give a shout out to those people for definitely having that faith in me.
Shout out to Chris Bowles. Shout out to Andre Ritchie. Shout out to all the men.
And the amazing Bloodline family. I'm missing people,
everybody's doing their thing.
Yes, definitely. But also, yet again, Bloodline, make sure everybody check that out. It will be coming. I do have a show March 29th, City Roots Studios. That's what I call coming up next. So
and where can the audience connect with you? Plug your social media platform.
So my social media, my Instagram is Connie Mariee, CONNIE MARIEE 420. That's my birthday. I get questioned about that a lot. But yes, Connie Mariee 420. The Mariee got 2 E's. It's the same for my TikTok and Facebook. You'll pretty much find me. It's only one of me.
Good stuff, baby. All right, let me just say this before we go, right? May you be blessed in all the things that you do every day, and may you prosper in each and everything that you do, each and every day that you do it, my love. You heard?
I appreciate that.
No doubt. All right. Be easy. Peace, and always be blessed.
All righty. I'm gonna go ahead and check with y'all later. Is that we good? Y'all got any more questions?
No, we good with the questions.
Yeah, we
gonna talk later.
We definitely gonna be hitting you back up. Definitely saying anyway. He's gonna have
no doubt. We'll have it back
I'm
later.
gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tap in with y'all later. Yet again, Sunny, I appreciate you. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Okay.
Appreciate you too. Peace.
All right. Bye.